Welcome to episode 4 of the Panoramic van build. I have a lot of goals for this van. I wanted to do everything. And 2 goals are done, and those are dining for 4 and a mobile office. Got those, and also there's going to be a full bathroom. If you stick around to the end, I'll show you how that's coming as well. The key to dining was this articulated table. This was a bit of a trick, but it has so many articulations that it can reach a majority of the cabin space in the van. And here we have our cooking setup down to the left. We have our post that's been pulled out, and this is our jump seat seating for the 4th person. But let me show you more about this table. It's made with 1/2-inch galvanized pipe. If I had to do it all over again, I would probably go up one size. I think it's 3/4, but it still works very well. So what happens is there's 2 places that this elbow goes, over here and over here. So when it's over here, it swivels on the base here. It can go up against the window, over here for storage, and it can swivel all over the place. And I'll show you some more of those in a minute. But here is our seating for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, here's another little seat over here, but we'll get to that one later. So if you had a 5th person show up, there is a place for them to sit as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of room in here for dining. Here I've swung the table out more towards the cooking area for more meal prep space. If we look underneath here, so it's going here and then it comes out this way. When we had this upright over in this corner, when it's over here, it's not in anybody's way. It's not going to hit anybody's legs, and people can get in and out without hitting any table legs. So that was a really neat advantage that came out of this. So if you have a dining setup, it's not too hard to make the mobile office setup. So what we have here is space for a printer. Over here we have more workspace on both sides. And we have the table with the top swiveled over on this side on this support. And there's plenty of room for a notebook or a large size monitor to go there. But what makes this key to being a comfortable office space is that you have a great chair, an armchair with a solid upright back. I've taken away the jump seat and pushed back the support. I swung the table away so you can get up, because I wanted to show you this chair a little better. I did a lot of research on how to come up with a comfortable desk chair, and I started looking at bleacher chairs, and I ran across this one and I just kept skipping by it because I was like, well, this isn't going to work because it doesn't have a catch on the bottom for the bleacher, and it's just going to flip over when you sit on it. And I looked at a lot of other ones and people just said, oh, they're not comfortable. And I ran across a video, and I'll put a link below to this chair on Amazon. If you'll click on that and then scroll down, there is a guy that did a video on this chair. And once I saw the video, I was sold on it, and I had to get one. The reason this works is because the bottom part is longer than the top. So the weight of your legs keeps it from flipping over. So it doesn't need any support to not flip over. And it's got a couple options. You can have it in a recliner situation. So if you unpop it, it goes down completely flat. There's also a way, if you push these down, that it will pop up and won't have arms. So I'll show you a picture of that here. Here you can see it with the arms and without arms. And then you can click it into different positions. One neat feature is that it folds completely flat, so it can be stored right here in this gap behind the driver's seat. Found that the material on the bottom was rather non-skid, so when I put it down on this gloss paint and set it, it wants to stay where it's at. So it's a very comfortable seat for typing. You can rest your elbows on the armrests and do your office work. There's another configuration with the table. Here it's swung and put onto that piece of wood block there. And then what you have is, if you're using the bed as a lounge or a sofa, you have a nice big table that you can reach that's right next to you. And also I added this cool little arm for cell phones. It's screwed to the board that's on the bed. So it slides with the bed in and out, and it can swing and pivot and turn, and so you can watch movies or do whichever you need to do while you're in bed. And it really has quite a nice range, and it works well with the table too. This configuration is one of my favorites. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. So I've pulled out my support board, and I've put on my 2 little supports here to keep it level and proper. And I've swung the table over here into this position. And what this would be is, if late at night, you're all set up for the evening, you've got your privacy curtain drawn, and this is the front. You still have room for the table to set things on. You also still have room for a little desk set up here. Plus you have your queen size bed completely laid out. And it also gives room for accessing half of the bathroom. It's looking towards the back, towards the bathroom that's partially exposed. So you have access to a sink with water, and I have some of the plumbing put in. It's still coming. And then over here is a toilet. And I have picked out a toilet. I've done a lot of research on that, and I'm going to do a video on toilets and why I picked it. So here's the bathroom, the back end of the look of that setup. You can see how it's coming together. I've got water tanks in here, water pump here, and I've got this spray that can go to the sink. You can also put the sink when you're set up for dining and cooking. You can put the sink up here and the hose will reach. The reason I'm using a spray hose nozzle is it's got all these great features, but I'll go into that on another video. So let's switch over to the full bathroom setup. We have our floating bed set up where I have moved the bed forward and tilted it up, and it can handle being on that wedge right there and take weight. I haven't moved it all the way forward. There's room to go a good bit more forward, but this is enough to do the bathroom. I've got the desk chair stowed there. I've got the table pushed back against the window. So there's still room for two people to lounge here, watch TV, work on the phone, enjoy the view while people are in the back taking a shower. With the queen size bed pushed forward and the back tilted up, that leaves an enormous room for creation of a bathroom. Here was our half bath, so our toilet goes right here and our sink here. But now we have quite a bit of space. Dimensions about mid-high are 5.5 feet across, 5 feet from the mid-back to the rear doors, and about 5 feet to the ceiling to the high part, which is going to make a great, almost stand-up shower. And I've cut this storage bin into two pieces so it can have smaller doors so you can access it when the bed is not as far forward. And this I had to cut a hole for the propane tank because it is just a little too tall to fit. So it has that, and that's going to keep it in the place real nicely, and also it's real easy to reach the valve. Of course, no shower would be complete without hot water. So I'm going to tell you about this propane hot water heater in another episode. I had to make some modifications to it to make it work for this application and for low water usage, but it's working great. This is the shower pan. It's big. Here's a propane tank that kind of gives you a sense of scale. This is what's really delaying things. I'm putting on a coating on this. It takes 24 hours for each coat to dry, and I'm wanting to do about 8 coats and then another 2 days of just drying. So it's going to be a while before this is ready to go in. But this is going to be wonderful. I made the sides high, not to hold a lot of water, but just for splashing. I've got a very unique shower curtain design I'm working on. I tried one way with Velcro and it just got to be too cumbersome and I threw the whole idea away. And I'm going to go back with something I think that's going to be much, much simpler where you can just pull the curtain all the way around you. So if you're interested in seeing how that all turns out, you'll have to come back and see next episode. If you're interested to see how this whole process started, click in the card in the upper right hand corner and that'll take you back to episode 1 and you can walk through the videos. There's also quick links below on any products shown here and to get to any of the other episodes directly. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me on the next episode.